It still works, bitch. I just proved it to you. Dumb bitch.
Upon his first day of retirement, Marcus Rogers made a contract with himself. I will never again work for another man or woman. For Todd, especially Todd. I lay down my badge, abandon my corporate phone plan, and I get a new plan for consumer selling, without a contract, without sacrificing cut. Less Goldbergs. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. To watch more episodes, let's make it easy. Get the CBS app now. Dress, I love that. Alexander, do you have a bag on you? Do you have a bag with you? Or do you have a wallet? Okay, inside your wallet, is there a 2 in your driver's license? If so, I'll give you $400. So let's take it. Don't read it out loud because you don't want identity theft. Yes, sir. No, I like that. I'm going to do something similar. Bobby, do you have a driver's license, Bobby? If you have a 2, I will also give you. How much did you give? I'll give you $40 if there's a 2. Wow, that's so groundbreaking, Jonathan. Oh, show me. I can't even see what the number is. Because you're old and blind, you can't see it. That is a 2. Yes, sir.
So I'm going to give you $200 for each trip you can name that within the big deal of the day without any help. There was 2 trips. For each one, you'll get $200.
Wyoming?
Yeah.
In Japan?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan, I want to see all next time radio. Let's make a deal.
We've got great guests coming up.
Chester Highway, everybody!
New weekdays on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. In Indiana, it's time for a change. And outside Surgical technologists are medical surgeons and the surgical team. The South College Associates Science and Surgical Technology program is designed to provide students with training to help care for patients, prepare surgical supplies, maintain aseptic conditions before and during surgery, and assist surgeons during surgical procedures. For more information, call or visit CDU. South
Hey, caregiver,
A+ Home Care. Get top wages for your caregiver. Call today.
win-win.
Your next clip today is the solar eclipse. Indianapolis is right in the path of solar darkness. This once-in-a-lifetime event is giving scientists of all kinds an opportunity to track all kinds of reactions, including the impact on animals. Scripps reporter John Moan gives us some insight as to what might happen.
The solar eclipse is 2 weeks away, eagerly anticipated by fans of freaky phenomena and hardcore scientists.
Some of the animals behaved as if evening had come, so they went into their nighttime routine.
For people who study animals, the eclipse on April 8th will be just the latest in their scientific experiments.
It sounds like a lot of what we know about animal behavior during eclipses is hard to believe.
Adam Hartstone Rose is a North Carolina State University researcher who studies the effects of eclipses on animals. In 2017, he led a group of observers at the South Carolina Zoo as darkness fell.
The flamingos all gathered around their chicks during the eclipse, the peak of the eclipse, like they were trying to protect the chicks. It was really interesting to see if other flamingos do that or if other flocking birds do the same type of thing.
He tells the Associated Press the wave of darkness seemed to confuse the internal clocks of some creatures.
In the middle of the day, the whole group of gorillas wandered over towards the enclosure, as if to be let in at night.
Giraffes were spotted galloping, but it wasn't just what the scientists saw, but what they heard.
Those weird little gibbon-like things, the signings, they made a type of vocalization that we had never heard before, and we were able to show that it was statistically significantly different than their normal vocalization.
And some went into other activities. Back in 2017, tortoises started breeding during the peak of the eclipse.
Texas is the first place in the United States that the eclipse will be passing through. There are other really exciting places that these types of observations could be done.
This year, he'll be at the Fort Worth Zoo here in Texas, looking at the same types of animals he did 7 years ago and getting new data on others. The AP reports other zoos, including those in Little Rock, Arkansas, Toledo, Ohio, and Indianapolis, are also asking visitors to help record reactions.
The only way that we can confirm this stuff is to take every opportunity that we can to go out and witness it ourselves.
John Moan, Scripps News.
All right, the good news in our forecast today is the temperatures are going to be nice and mild. We're back up into the 60s already in a lot of locations. The bad news is we have some cloud cover, which isn't terrible. We also have some wind. You can see the camera shaking, but the rain will hold off until later on this evening. That is the good news. 64 right now. The wind's out of the south. That's 21 miles per hour. Some gusts already reported up over 35 miles per hour. And the wind will continue to increase. And it's not just a short period of time here that we have these gusty winds. It's going to be all the way through tomorrow as well. Right now, it's nice and mild. So continue to bring the mild there. And tomorrow, we're going to mention over here, we'll start to work its way back into the great as we get into the middle of the week. Enjoy the court today. We're going to 65, we're going around 70 degrees, we're going to high temperatures. But notice the wind, guys, a little bit gusty up towards 40 miles per hour during the overnight hours. Really about tomorrow, it's going to gust between 35 and 40. That's what the overnight tonight that we could see.
Yeah, that's why I keep telling you, stop.
All these winds are outside of each other. It's just more general wind out ahead of this
I'm getting
storm
stronger.
system, and then finally the wind will start to
I'm
calm
getting
down.
stronger.
We'll work our way into early Wednesday morning.
Mom, I
But
wouldn't
this
be
wind
like
advisory is in
strawberry.
place from 6 p.m. tonight till
I wouldn't
6
be
p.m.
strawberry.
Tuesday for most of central Indiana. And so we'll have to deal with just these windy conditions as these storms start to head in our direction. Here's the cloud. Most of the rain still off to our west. This evening there could be a stray shower. It's really not until midnight that we start to bring in the better storm chances. Wind advisories from Indiana all the way to Missouri on the backside of this storm system. These are actually blizzard warnings right now through parts of the Dakotas, Nebraska, and even down into Kansas. We don't have to worry about wintry weather. Although we do have some heavy rainfall heading our way. Now, this is midnight. The rain will be in shortly before midnight. It's heavy at times throughout the overnight hours. Don't be shocked to hear a few rumbles of thunder. We are not expecting severe weather throughout the overnight hours. Once we get into
Look what I got
hours
on.
tomorrow, some lingering showers around for your morning commute. But
Look what I got on.
fall out of here. But this
So
broken
quick.
line of showers showers and storms is the actual cold front. And this is going to come through Tuesday afternoon with the potential of maybe a few isolated strong to severe storms.
It might have been. That's what I got on.
More isolated in nature.
Hurry up. That's what
We'll
I'm
have some gusty winds. That's going to be the main threat. And we're under the marginal risk for severe weather for the day tomorrow. So a pretty wild stretch of weather here through Tuesday evening. Quiet Wednesday and Thursday with temperatures in the 50s. Then as we get into Easter weekend, Good Friday, 65, partly cloudy. Easter Sunday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 62, and just a chance mark of an isolated storm.
Still ahead on the news at noon, lottery fever across the country. The big prizes on the line starting tonight.
But the Now Camera Network is sponsored by Tom Wood Toyota in Whitestown, Zionsville. Personalize your daily news experience. Download the WRTV mobile app. Just search WRTV. The news and weather you want 24/7. Stack the news however you like. It's so easy to customize how you read or watch. Download today.
Big rigs. They cause big accidents with big damages and some big bills. It happens. Hire Hensley. 888 Hensley. Defund the police. Defend the criminals. Destroy our nation. Not on Mike Braun's watch. Mike Braun has authored the Thin Blue Line Act to protect our law enforcement officers, prosecutors, and first responders. Mike Braun is leading the charge to back the blues and keep our nation safe. The Thin Blue Line Act increases penalties for criminals targeting our law enforcement officers. Call Senator Braun. Let him know you stand with him as he stands with law enforcement. Support the Black Lives Matter.
I support that movement because it's addressing inequity.
Mike wants a good person.
I support that movement because it's addressing inequity that has not been solved.
Not the model of your future, transform your life. One of the one that can save thousands. What's your own cup? Holy shower. Your existing cup and shows that water shower is all in the middle of one day. Act now for our 50% off installation sale. Get your new bathroom shower installed with 50% off installation. Easy financing option including 12 single step. All this now. Go online and schedule a free estimate.
It takes a semi-complete football games to stop seeing and the semi-complete doesn't have pretty football games. It happens. Hire Hensley. 888 Hensley.
It's almost mind-blowing. $2 billion in bucket gas budget. This starts tonight with the Powerball. Tonight, that's no one has plus numbers on Saturday. One person is going to take that number is $1 million richer. And that's all gone by numbers. The future lottery has yet where that ticket is purchased. And then there's the mega million jackpot. I want to worth $1 billion. Next drawing is tomorrow night at 11. Presidential winners is early December. There are big odds to overcome the winning both lotteries. So good luck if you choose to play.
All right, it's time to get one continue to pick up with advice for those that tonight starting at 6 p.m. and just all the way through Tuesday evening for some wind gusts between 30 and 40 miles per hour. It's mild this afternoon, but those storms off to our west in the rain. That'll move in the overnight hours. So there's a period of pretty good heavy rainfall overnight tonight, and then some isolated storms tomorrow afternoon. Quiet and cooler by the time we get to the middle of the week. Here's a live look outside. Enjoy the warm afternoon. Our next newscast is at 5 p.m.
Closed captioning sponsored by Tom Wood Toyota in Whitestown.
The drug problem isn't just in dark alleyways anymore. Thanks to Joe Biden, it's in neighborhoods across Indiana. Because deadly fentanyl is pouring across the border, and Washington, D.C. does nothing. I'm Eric Doty. I'm the only candidate for governor with a concrete plan to strengthen law enforcement, rebuild our towns and main streets, and get drugs out of our communities. The politicians have no plan and no ability to fix this. but I will take bold action to keep Indiana safe.
My son was in a really bad wreck. A semi-truck was changing lanes and hit him. He was airlifted to the hospital and put in the ICU for 7 days. We called Ken Nunn from the hospital and they rushed over and signed us up right there. This could have been prevented. Ken Nunn found out the trucking company had this driver on the road for 16 hours straight. They were at fault and Ken Nunn made them pay.
It's just that easy.
Over $1 billion collected for our clients.
Do you want to save a ton on new windows and doors? Heck yeah, you do. During renewal by Anderson's 31-day sale, save $325 on every window and save $879 on every door. Get an extra $200 discount, a free upgrade to our Smart Sun Glass, and pay nothing for a year. Renewal by Anderson's 31-day sale ends March 31st. For an appointment, call 317-961-9944.
The True Comfort membership plan at its core is our way to create relationships with our clients for life. We're HVAC, we come out 2 separate visits, and we come out once a year.
It's a full client experience, not just a service call. We believe that maintenance is absolutely critical to doing the right thing. The True Comfort membership is fantastic because it's peace of mind that you don't have to think.
My mom has always been there for me and my family. Now that she's older and needs care, I want to take care of her, but I have to make that work for my family financially. I'm so glad I found A Plus Home Care. They trained me and hired me as my mom's paid caregiver. The income from A Plus Home Care has been a real blessing, and I'm the one taking care of my mom.
When you need care at home and would like your caregiver to receive the top wages in the industry, we are here to help.
Call A Plus Home Care. They can make it happen for you.
Jefferson Shreve stepped up to fight when no one else would. He put it all on the line, and the liberals smeared him for it. Attacked him for being a conservative, all because Shreve would get tough, back the blue, and stop the crime. But we don't have to accept their lawlessness at our border, in our suburbs, in our state. He's Jefferson Shreve, and he's a fighter for law, order, and a secure border. I'm Jefferson Shreve, and I approve this message.
It is. Good day, everyone. I was born and raised in Detroit. Growing up there, I saw people like me running.
No, I don't. You need to go back on Prozac.
What I found there was a passion that I didn't know existed. This is the Bible. I'm excited to free fall into the limitless possibilities of we the people. So many people are fearful of the law. They think it's something that works against them. I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes. We are the people.
Jason Miller claims his neighbor pretended to be someone else via text message in order to get business out of him. Sasha Cash says she needed to create a distraction so Mr. Miller would stop hitting her.
All right. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presides.
You may be seated.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Sean. Thank you. Good day, everyone. This is the case of Miller versus Cash. Mr. Miller, you are suing Ms. Cash for $598.69. You claim she defrauded you.
Correct.
Explain what happened to the court.
5 years ago, I got out of a very serious relationship, and it emotionally destroyed me. I was depressed and could not speak to people in public. And a friend of mine connected me with a therapist, and the therapist finally got me open enough to go out and experience people, which just started negative social bond, which is actually not part of the social bond.
All right, so you found the strength and courage to get back out there. That's good. That's what you have to do when the chips are down and you have bad relationships and you pick yourself up and dust yourself off and went on down to the social life. Right. What happened?
Well, the first time that I went, I met whatever her name is today.
Miss Cash.
Miss Cash.
What's listed here?
Yes. And she was very nice, very outgoing. She seemed to know everybody. So I thought this could be somebody who could be a friend of mine. But after about 4 times of being there, I was telling her, you know, I've decided I'm going to dip my toe in the dating pool. And I'm on some of the apps and was having no luck. She said that she had somebody who was perfect for me. That if I gave her my phone number, she would have this person contact me.
Stop there. Ms. Cash, do you remember meeting Mr. Miller at the social hour?
Yes, I do.
All right, can you explain to me what your recollection is of that meeting?
When I met the plaintiff at the happy hour, the first time he was there, he seemed nice at first. And I'm a very outgoing person. I can talk to anybody. But I think maybe he got confused because he hit on me right away.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, I didn't.
And
So
to further this,
why did you feel like he was hitting on you? What was said?
well, it just came on very strongly. And then to further this, he was started showing up everywhere. He was at my apartment. It made me feel very uncomfortable. I told him I had a boyfriend. He still didn't deter him. So I just figured at this point, maybe if there was somebody else that was taking his attention, that he would leave me alone, which was the case.
So you meet at the social hour. After the social hour, you say he showed up at your apartment unannounced?
Many times, yeah.
So, Mr. Miller, take me back then. Ms. Cash says you came on really strong. Did you?
No.
Did you
I mean,
go to her apartment unannounced and knock on the door?
I would tell her yes. I would stop by her apartment until I saw packages in the lobby for her. We've had them stolen before.
All right. So you coming over to her house, you think you're friends, she thinks you are stalking her. I mean, this is a problem. I want to understand how this came to a head, though.
Came to head, like I said, after 4 happy hours that I'd gone to. And like I said, I was having a conversation with her in regards to my dating situation.
All right.
She said, here, why don't you take your phone number. I've got somebody who's perfect for you. I will have her get a hold of you.
All right. So what happens?
That very same day. I actually have it here in
I'd like to see that evidence, please.
I'll take it over.
Okay.
What happens?
Diana texted me that night. Said Sasha sent her to me, and that therefore we started with what I would say a text message relationship.
With Diana.
With Diana.
The one you think Ms. Cash introduced you to. Right. So I see it, you text back and forth, how's the day going, great complaints, you guys are having small talk, what do you do for work?
We would talk for hours and hours during the day.
Okay, she said she has an Etsy shop. You could get something from my Etsy shop, okay. Do you have an Etsy shop, Ms. Cash?
Yes, I do.
All right. So you were posing as Diana. You admit that?
Yes.
Ms. Cash, you own the Etsy shop.
Yes.
Now, you were trying to divert his attention.
Yes.
But were you also trying to divert his dollars?
Closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
I used to think menthol cigarettes weren't as bad as other cigarettes because they didn't seem as harsh. Here's a tip. Heart attacks caused by smoking menthols are just as harsh. Trust me, I had one at the age of 36.
Menthol cigarettes are just as damaging as other cigarettes. You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT NOW.
You're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
Everybody wants super straight, super white teeth. They want that Hollywood white smile. New Sensodyne Clinical White provides 2 shades whiter teeth and 24/7 sensitivity protection. I think it's a great product. It's going to help a lot of patients.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on Paul. You don't want to ride with Paul or Sarah. That's Dave. And you don't want to rate based on Ben. He's got some important business to take care of. Why would you pay a rate based on anyone else? With Allstate, you're connected to a rate based on you.
Sometimes your work shirt needs to be for more than just work. Like when it needs to be a big, soft shoulder to cry on. Which is why Downy does more to make clothes softer, fresher, and better. Downy, breathe life into your laundry.
Excuse me, would you mind taking a picture of us?
Oh, no problem. Thanks.
Yes, problem. You need Verizon. Trade them out, or you can get a new iPhone 15 Pro with tons of storage, so you can take all the pics. So many selfies.
A preposterous amount of panos!
And it's panoramic. And as many portraits of me as your heart desires.
How about none?
None feels right. Trade in any iPhone in any condition and get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us, only on Verizon.
After an accident, some people don't realize that you may be owed money from more than one insurance company. There may be 2 or 3. Don't let the insurance companies hide from you. Ken Nunn will find you all the money you're legally owed.
Call 1-800-CALL-KEN. What happens on the ground depends on what comes from the sky. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory and the WRTV Storm Team show you the view from above. Watch WRTV News for the Weather Now camera networks. To my time, Rhode Island. We're watching immediately with Judge Lauren Light. Everybody for the dispute between Jason Miller and his neighbor, Sasha Cash, where Julie purchased the Austin, Texas.
So you created a diversion and saw us a catfish. I created somebody that would leave me. So he would leave me alone. Maybe yes. Okay, so once you introduced him to Diana, he never talked to you again because I would think if you introduced him to a friend of yours, he'd still be talking to you because now he wants something about Diana.
Not so She knew about my relationship with Diana.
And so how did you figure out that Diana was not a real person? That it was really Miss Cash?
It's a very interesting thing. After about 2.5 months of texting with Diana, I finally got enough nerve to ask her on a date. And she said that she would consider that, but she had to go out of town because her mother got sick. And I was like, okay, I felt bad for her. So our text got less and less. And so I messaged her to see how she was doing. And mysteriously enough, her mother was getting sicker by the day. And so I was feeling bad for her. She was talking how stressed she was, how finances were bad. And so I decided to offer her to help her. And she said, okay, well, if you want to help me, you can buy some stuff from my Etsy store. That would help me a lot.
That is not true, Your Honor.
That's in the text messages that the
Well,
has.
I saw you say I have an Etsy shop.
Yeah, well, I have text messages.
I'd like to see your evidence, please.
Yeah. I told him repeatedly, thank you, Sean. I made it very clear. I told him repeatedly that I do not want his help. And that if he kept insisting, and I finally said, well, if you feel like you...
Well, your evidence states, Mr. Miller, that you asked her what she did for a living, but the response is, well, if you want to help out, you could get something from my Etsy shop. That is from Diana. If you want to help out,
that's after, if you...
No, that's before.
That's after he asked me, he kept saying he wanted to help. He wasn't going to take no for an answer.
My text precede hers.
Well, yeah, because this text is at 12:31 p.m. and the text you just gave me are 12:44 and 1:57. So you said, thank you for doing that. You don't need to do that again. You're like, yeah, I'm buying things now. So you're on the Etsy shop, just shop.
Yeah.
And she's like, you don't need to do that again. And then you say you want to grab dinner. You say it's not a good time. You say it's no problem. I'll just get a few more things from your shop. Now you're really shopping now. You
right.
Free.
Basically, he was just trying to find my love. He wasn't looking.
If I wanted to find my love,
I mean, let me be clear. He was interested in Diana, right? But Miss Cash, you own the Etsy shop.
Yes.
Now, you were trying to divert his attention.
Yes.
But were you also trying to divert his dollars?
No, I was not, Your Honor. He thought I needed help because my mother was sick. He takes care of
But you're dying.
I know, but he takes it like I need help because I'm not working because I'm helping my mother. I need to change that.
Would you take the picture? You're the one that said I'm Diana and my mother's.
Yeah, but I didn't ask for help in seeing him. Yes, I asked for help. I didn't ask for help in fact. I couldn't take it. No.
No, it doesn't say that. It's 1:31 p.m. It says, is there anything I can do? I want to help you out. You respond, well, if you do want to help out, you can get something from my Etsy shop. What? How is something from your Etsy shop? And here you go, Mr. Miller. Okay. So, So what do I get out of it? Now you're acting like a little perv. Diana says you'll be getting more than just jewelry. No wonder you were shopping.
Thank you. The next line does say,
My undying admiration and a great product. Oh, Diana, you were there with the dialogue now.
Well, on Etsy, you get your status from your great reviews. That's all I would need to know by that.
But then after he starts purchasing, and he says, I'm going to buy more stuff.
I told him not
You
to.
say, that's sweet of you, but you don't need to do that. I don't need help. It's okay. Now you're sending mixed messages because at first you say, if you want to help, you can get something. Then after you buy something,
I
you
thought
say,
it would make him go away, and here it just encouraged him more.
oh, no, you didn't, because you wouldn't have said you'll get more than just jewelry.
Well, yes, my admiration. When you have an Etsy account, you send little gifts in your purchases. You know, like stickers or just
So you weren't trying to leave a little undertone.
No,
You were
not at all.
saying you'll get more than just jewelry, my undying admiration and a great product. But then there's a wink emoji.
coming up, she only sold women's jewelry.
Drop hair. All right, and you're buying this? Who are you going to give this to?
Well, thanks for singing with Diana. I would give it to her as a gift.
Well, she need a gift of the own jewelry that she makes.
I didn't have any woman to give it to at the time.
Closed captioning provided by
Now I can be myself again.
Blue Emu supports healthy muscles and joints.
Shop our expanded family of products at major online retailers.
You're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
You don't have to be in those kind of roles to do good deeds and spread kindness. What are you interested in?
We are about to surprise Maddie.
You're sharing a lot of this journey on social media. What are you doing for your time? Plug in to help them. What went into making this decision?
Your program has made a difference for so many people.
Why does it mean so much to you?
It's our spring sale at Family Leisure.
Make a splash with America's largest pool and spa dealer. Buy your new pool today. Spa starting at $29.99. Great deals on patio furniture. Huge savings on spring sets. Get one stop shop for family fun.
So glad I found A Plus Home Care. They trained me and hired me as my mom's paid caregiver. The income from A Plus Home Care has been a real blessing, and I'm the one taking care of my mom. Call A Plus Home Care. They can make it happen for you.
Jefferson Schrader stepped up to fight when no one else would. Liberals scared him for it. A tactic for being a conservative. Only because Schrader get tough, back the blue, and stop the crime. We don't have to accept their policies out of order in our suburbs, in our state. He's Jefferson Schrader, and he's a fighter for law, order, and a secure order. I'm Jefferson Schrader, and I bring this message. Attention, if you or a loved one have ever been hurt by a prescription drug, medical device, or defective product, please seek care for it.
Kenman helps people who've been wrongfully hurt by these giant corporations get paid for what they've suffered.
If a drug, device, or product hurt you or loved one, you may be entitled to substantial compensation.
If you were hurt by a defective drug, device, or product, call attorney Kenman right now. Call 1-800-CALL-KENNAN. That's 1-800-CALL-KENNAN.
It's a free sale at Family Leisure. Spring sale going on now.
You're watching Legal People with Judge Lauren Lake. Regarding the dispute between Jason Miller and his neighbor Sasha Parrish, where Julia purchased under false pretenses.
Personally, I also don't like to have content I don't want. If one I have a boyfriend, and did you ever say, I have a boyfriend and you are constant contact, the way you're reaching out to me is making me feel uncomfortable. Did you ever say that? No, Andy and I will live in the same building. You just said, I got it. I could be a whole different girl and feel talk to her. But I'm gonna have to find something for my ex. No, I can't talk that. I just thought I had somebody else who was interested in making have a conversation with him and who was interested in me to get lose interest in you. What you gain is financial support of your business. But did you give him the money back when he bought the stuff? No, because the FB, my FB store clearly says no return. No return to refunds, and all sales are final. All right, I'd like to see what you bought from her, Mr. Miller. Do you have evidence here? I see these boxes.
These two.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, you were shopping. Oh, yeah. $598 worth.
Gold earrings,
I went.
turquoise,
She only sold women's jewelry.
drop hair. All right, and you're buying this? Who are you gonna give this to?
Well, things proceeded with Diana. I would give it to her as a gift.
What she need a gift of the own jewelry that she makes?
I didn't have any woman to give it to at the time.
Coming up.
This is the problem here. And I mean, I do not understand. It seems so cliche, but why can we not communicate properly?
Closed captioning provided by.
Oh, what a good time we will have. You can make it happen.
Try dietary supplements from Voltaren for healthy joints. I love that my daughter still needs me, but sometimes I can't help due to burning and stabbing pain in my hands. So I use Nervive.
Nervive's clinical dose of ALA reduces nerve discomfort in as little as 14 days.
Now I can help again. Feel the difference with Nervive.
You're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
Hey, honey. Looks like my list grew. Pay the bathroom, get Baxter a bath, get life insurance. Have a few minutes? I can do that now. That fast. Remember that Colonial Penn ad? I called and I got information. They sent the simple form I need to apply. All I do is fill it out and send it back. That sounds too easy. Give a little information, check a few boxes, sign my name. Done.
They don't ask about your health?
Oh, no health questions.
Physical exam?
Don't need one. It's Colonial Penn Guaranteed Acceptance Whole Life Insurance.
If you're between the ages of 50 and 85, your acceptance is guaranteed in most states, even if you're not in the best health. Options start at $9.95 a month, 35 cents today. Once insured, your rate will never increase. A lifetime rate lock guarantees it. Keep in mind, this is lifetime protection. As long as you pay your premiums, it's yours to keep. Call for more information and the simple form you need to apply today. There's no obligation, and you'll receive a free beneficiary planner just for calling.
Call 1-800-283-7722 for your free information and your free beneficiary planner. That's 1-800-283-7722. There's no obligation. 1-800-283-7722. Call now.
Marshall's buyers are detail-obsessed perfectionists who take quality very seriously and go to the ends of the earth to hustle the best of the best for you. We get the deals. You get the good stuff. Marshall's.
File 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at TurboTax.com. That's me!
My son was in a really bad wreck. A semi-truck was changing lanes and hit him. He was airlifted to the hospital and put in the ICU for 7 days. We called Ken Nunn from the hospital and they rushed over and signed us up right there. This could have been prevented. Ken Nunn found out the trucking company had this driver on the road for 16 hours straight. They were at fault and Ken Nunn made them pay.
It's just that easy.
Over $1 billion collected for our clients.
You're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with a dispute between Jason Miller and his neighbor, Sasha Cash, over jewelry purchased under false pretenses.
So just quickly, how did you find out there was no Diana?
So I hadn't heard from Diana for a couple of days, which wasn't unusual because she was taking care of her sick mother, from what I understood. So I went to one of the happy hours, and I saw Miss Cash at the happy hour, and I went to approach her to say hello. And just as I was about to walk up to her, I got a text message from Diana saying, I missed you. It's nice to chat with you. So I messaged her back because I was excited. I hadn't heard from her in 2 days. So I messaged her back saying how happy I was to hear from her.
And her phone went
And
out.
her phone rings.
Okay, but still, it rings. Do you see your message in her phone? So what you typed, you saw appear because you're standing that close
Right
to her.
behind her.
So you see it, and then what do you say?
I see. You're Diana. So you have been lying to me this whole time.
Do you own up to it, Miss Cash?
Yeah, I said, yeah, because I didn't want you coming around. You just creep on me all the time and you're always around. So I just figured if you had your attention on somebody else, you'd leave me alone, which you did.
I didn't because I had your own personal phone number by then.
Well, he obviously didn't because he was walking over to say hi to you still. Right after he texted Diana, he was still coming over there to talk to you. This is the problem here. And I mean, I do not understand. It seems so cliche, but why can we not communicate properly? It is easy. And I'll tell you what, we spend more energy trying to avoid uncomfortable conversations than just having the courage to have them, be straightforward, and ask for what you want.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns. Promotional consideration provided by.
Okay, someone just did laundry. I add Downy Light, so the freshness really lasts.
Yeah, most of that stuff gives me a headache, but this is just right. And I don't like anything. But I like this.
Get a light scent that lasts. No heavy perfumes or dyes.
With Lowe's, allergies don't have this area. Spray Lowe's daily with long-lasting, non-drowsy source. Lowe's, all good. Also, try our allergy headache and nighttime pills.
Hi, Jerry. I smoke, and I have late-stage COPD. I'm hoping to get on the lung transplant list. I don't know if I'll be accepted at the time. My children are really worried. My tip is, everyone, give your kids a call or send them a text. It may be the last time that you do.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT now.
You're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
There has to be some part of you that kind of enjoyed this, because there's no other reason to go to these lengths to make someone feel like they have a love interest that they don't have.
Right.
It also is a bit cruel, given the fact that during this conversations he's had with you, Ms. Cash, he's expressed that he's just willed himself out of a terrible low point because of a relationship he has that broke up. So there's just so many dynamics here that in my mind, you did not operate in good faith.
Well, I had
and for that reason, no, I read the text messages. You clearly say when he asks you what you can do, what he can do, you say buy the jewelry. That's not how you need to be getting customers. And so Etsy may not give money back. But this court believes you should give him his money back. Judgment for the plaintiff for $598.69. Court's adjourned.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $598.69.
I'm glad I won. You can remain a lonely spinster.
You're the one that was creeping on me. You deserve what you got.
I got a girlfriend now.
Follow me, please.
Good for you.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.
Before and after. Before and after. If you have a before kitchen, now's the time to call Kitchen Saver and get a beautiful after. With our custom cabinet renewal process, you can have a brand new kitchen within 3 to 5 days. We're so confident in our products that we'll back it all, labor and materials, with our 10-year limited warranty. Claim our special offer and become a satisfied customer today.
My son was in a really bad wreck. A semi-truck was changing lanes and hit him. He was airlifted to the hospital and put in the ICU for 7 days. We called Ken Nunn from the hospital and they rushed over and signed us up right there. This could have been prevented. Ken Nunn found out the trucking company had this driver on the road for 16 hours straight. They were at fault and Ken Nunn made them pay.
It's just that easy.
Over $1 billion collected for our clients.
My mom has always been there for me and my family. Now that she's older and needs care, I want to take care of her, but I have to make that work for my family financially. I'm so glad I found A Plus Home Care. They trained me and hired me as my mom's paid caregiver. The income from A Plus Home Care is a real blessing, and I'm the one taking care of my mom.
Like your caregiver, see the top wages in the industry. Here to
Call A Plus Home Care. They can make it happen for you.
What you need to know right now on GA3. The major spring storm sweeping east with blizzards and heavy snow have used 12 million Americans across 13 states under winter weather alerts. Our world reacts to Princess Kate's cancer message after Jen Ashton what to say to family and friends going through their own diagnosis.
The ABC News exclusive. Vice President Kamala Harris will lose a voting for Israel and its plans for the city of Rafah. Our senior congressional correspondent Rachel Scott is here with the latest. And the California team on a mission providing free sports credits at schools serving low-income communities.
Plus, texting in 2024. What you need to know about the latest rules. When to opt out of the group text, and how soon do you have to text someone back? Answers coming up.
And when you will shift joining forces with Soprano Star Local and Rioli on a tasty meal project. Star, whipping up something delicious with a specialty mocktail.
Also, 2 lottery games, 2 nights, nearly $2 billion for grabs.
Plus, stay alive. March Madness overtime thrills on court. The Houston men and the Stanford women keeping us up late as they survive and advance. And Magic on Ice, the 19-year-old soaring to glory, jumping into the record books. Now, Times Square.
Welcome to Martha Morgan with Dr. Jen Ashton and what you need to know. Get your veggie bag.
Over here as always, and Dr. Jen back to Charles White.
Category as in chili whitewater rafting all outdoors is amazing. You're looking at the pictures from crazy looking. And then you told me you used to be a whitewater rafting guide. I was really putting a long time ago. But you're just talking about that health headline, the big world of everything with Catherine, the Princess of Wales, announcing her diagnosis of cancer, undergoing treatment. At the end of her statement, she urged people fighting this disease to, quote, not give up hope and that they are not alone. So our question this morning is, how can you support your friends and family who's been given a diagnosis? So I'm so glad she talked the mind-body connection, the psychosocial element here, the emotional element, because you can't heal your body without your mindset in the right position. And I think oftentimes when you are trying to support a friend or a loved one through any health battle, but particularly cancer, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to say. And so a lot of people do nothing. But, you know, some tips from the American Cancer Society and obviously also my colleagues in mental health and wellness: listen without feeling that you actually have to respond. Sometimes just hearing it in silence is all you need to do. Creating a safe space for someone to let their emotions kind of come out, even if that includes negative emotions or silence. Again, respecting privacy and decisions around treatment. You know, you don't have to agree. We don't have to agree as doctors with what the patient wants to do, but you do have to support and respect that decision. And then just assisting with, you know, day-to-day errands can be a massive help for the family, for the person, or their caregiving circle.
It can be such a daunting experience and conversation to have. It's hard to respond, but it is so essential to do so if you can. Dr. Den, thank you for that. We have more on that coming up, but for now, we're going to turn it over to Rena Roy, who has all the headlines. Rena, good afternoon to you.
Hey guys, great to be here with you all on this Monday. Happy Monday to all of you at home. And we begin with the severe spring weather. Strong tornadoes in the south and at least 13 states slammed by a spring storm, packing blizzard conditions and heavy snow. Our Ginger Z with the latest. At least 5 reported tornadoes, and today we could see more. So Garden City, Kansas, you see the circulation and debris there from a rotation. And the area today that has to be on the lookout includes Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Just 1 year ago, the anniversary was just yesterday, they had that devastating and fatal tornado. But today it's more of a 6-7 p.m. time period when that blows through. On the backside of the storm, there's a lot of power because there are blizzard warnings all the way from eastern Colorado up to clear South Dakota, and big snow on top of what you're gotten in parts of Wisconsin back down to Texas. The death toll in Russia climbing to at least 137 people and hundreds more wounded in that attack at a Moscow concert hall. Officials there say several men have been arrested. Russian President Vladimir Putin blaming Ukraine without evidence instead of ISIS-K, who has taken responsibility publicly. The group reportedly seeking revenge against Russia for its war against Syria. France now raising its security alert to its highest level. And the big announcement out of Boeing today, CEO Dave Calhoun announcing he will step down at the end of the year. The changes come as Boeing has been under scrutiny over recent rising safety concerns. And board chair Larry Kauner informing the board he will not run for re-election at the upcoming annual shareholder meeting. And all eyes on the United States Supreme Court tomorrow. The High Court to hear arguments over the abortion pill mifepristone and whether the FDA lawfully relaxed restrictions for patient access to the drug. It's the first major abortion case since Roe v. Wade was overturned in 2022. And week 2 of March Madness getting underway. Stanford women still in it, winning a thriller. And for the men, 1 seed Houston still dancing after a dramatic finish in overtime. The women take center stage today and tonight. Syracuse versus UConn at 6 Eastern on ESPN. Caitlin Clark in Iowa battling West Virginia at 8 Eastern. And Kansas versus USC at 10. And if you're hoping to strike it rich, 2 giant jackpots are still up for grabs and growing. Tonight's Powerball is at least $800 million. And tomorrow's Mega Millions, at least $1.1 billion. That is billion with a B. An incredible pot of nearly $2 billion at stake. And guys, I don't normally play, but it seems like a pretty good time to play. Yeah, except for no one in New York City ever plays. That's true.
Maybe now. Yeah, you're like, we should play, but not.
Thanks, Serena.
There's much more ahead right here on GMA3 on this Monday. New details are emerging from the ABC News exclusive with Vice President Kamala Harris. Our Rachel Scott is here with the latest.
Plus, we'll meet the California teen inspired to help others through the power of sports. GMA3 will be right back, so stay with us.
ABC's GMA3, what you need to know. Brought to you by Carvana. Carvana, they'll drive you happy.
How long have you been tracking our car's value with Carvana?
Just like 7 months.
Should we sell it?
We hold.
Oh,
Silver vans are going for more right now.
our low mileage is paying off. You think we should?
Hold.
Depreciation's really heating up, you think?
We just get 2.5%.
Already sold the Carvana. Go to Carvana and track your car's value today.
What are you doing?
Sound effects?
Why are you doing that?
Why aren't you? iCare is healthcare. You deserve America's best.
Want to know a secret? More than just my armpits stink. That's why I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant everywhere.
4 out of 5 gynecologists would recommend whole body deodorant, which gives you 72-hour odor protection from your pits to your
Secret Whole Body Deodorant.
Flonase allergies don't have to be scary. Rate Flonase Sensitive daily for non-drowsy, long-lasting relief in a scent-free gentle mist. Flonase, all good. Also, try our allergy headache and nighttime pills.
Did you know you waste 200 hours a year hand washing dishes? Turning your back on the moments that matter. There's a better option than hand washing. Switch to your dishwasher in Cascade Platinum Plus. It uses the power of Dawn to thoroughly clean your dishes, removing 99% of grease and food residue. So all you have to do is scrape, load, and you're done. Cascade Platinum Plus. Dare to dish differently.
Shake up your shower with a flavor for every feeling.
It's on the top where I gave it to you. It's right there.
Keeps you going. So whatever care you care about, there's a gel for everybody.
Here's Liz, whose bladder leaks dropped in uninvited. But instead of period pads, she brought Poise Ultra Thin, so she can bounce on with clean, dry, harsh protection from Poise. Schwarzkopf, dare to go blonde and let your hair tell your story. Keratin Blonde by Schwarzkopf can lighten your hair color up to 9 levels. Our professionally inspired ornament fixes your hair from breakage with our exclusive bond enforcing system. Illegal blonde will always want to be. And let the blonde story with Schwarzkopf Keratin Blonde. One story for you too. It only takes a second for an everyday item to become dangerous. Time plus childbirth benefits is everyone here in the same place and entirely safe. To close trusting Time plus childbirth. Time plus helps you protect your dog from fleas, ticks, performances, and more. All in one delicious multi option. Use caution with dogs with serious features and neurologic disorders. NexGuard Plus, the one you want for one-and-done protection. Right now, countless American women are facing medical conditions without even knowing. Silent.